Hello everyone. Today we are going to be talking to a certain gentleman, a very successful man. He's actually a banker, but pressure can get to us all, and sometimes it might even make us do sometimes crazy things. However, this guy really takes the cake. So, stay tuned on the Dr. Ben Show. Coming up next.
Let's do it.
Alright, well, hello Mr. Warren Pryor. Thank you so much for joining us. So, could you begin by telling us just a bit about yourself, who you are, and your background? Well, my name is, of course, Warren Pryor. I was born on an acreage just right outside of town, and I've went to school for most of my life, and now I am in charge of the local bank. So, Warren, there has been a lot in the media about your, well, for lack of a better word, episode. Could you tell us just a bit about that and give us your side of the story? Now, that's a bit of an interesting story. I mean, I'm, of course, very lucky to have a job at the bank, but it can be a bit overwhelming at times, if you know what I mean. So, eventually, the pressure just got to me, and I turned to drugs, in this case bath salts, which proved to have some relatively adverse effects on me. What made you decide to take bath salts? Well, again, working at a bank can be very stressful at times. So, a few weeks ago, things really started to get to me. Hours seemed longer. Even my office felt like it was getting smaller, and I began to think about stuff I really haven't thought about in a while, and I even began longing for the fields of my youth, where you can go out and frolic in the lovely flowers, and, the bees are buzzing around, and overall, it's just like a really nice place. I haven't really felt like that since I get, ah man, I'm just at a loss for words, since I got Connectimals, Kinda like that. What was the breaking point, or straw that broke the camel's back, if you will? Why did you decide that you needed to take bath salts? Like, what finally broke you? Well, you see, that's a bit hard to pinpoint, but personally, I'd say the breaking point came when I was told that there would be cake in the break room. However, I was on a long conference call at the time, so naturally I could not go and get to it right away. And I was starving and had already been under a lot of stress from, the whole financial system collapsing and the latest reports of the fiscal year of 2012. So I was already under a lot of stress and was really looking forward to this cake. But you know what? I got to the break room and the cake was gone. It was gone. The cake is a lie! It's a bloody lie! Now who could have done this to me? Oh! Oh, God, sir. Bagpipe Sir, chanter, I great apologize, tool dear.
for,
Pardon me. Yeah, dispelling. My apologies. The bath salts have not entirely left my system at this point, so stuff like that has been happening from time to time. Of course, no cake in the break room. Hey, this stuff happens all the time. Do I seem crazy to you? No, of course not. But it was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Warren, now that you've calmed down, how is your family handling all this? Well, considering the circumstances, I I mean, I really could not ask for better people. My cat Merkles especially has been handling a lot of the legal paperwork and a lot of the public relations as well. I also need to thank my family for giving me a lot of support through this very tough time period. Yeah, I bet. Warren, could you tell me a bit about your childhood? Perhaps some traumatic experience or bad event? Maybe influenced all this, and might help us find a solution as well. Overall, I have to say, my childhood was very good, and I cannot thank my parents enough. That being said, however, there are a lot of stuff that I didn't, well, particularly see eye to eye with my parents with, me being particularly very inclined to sports and athletic activities, but they decided I should go, well, focus on school. Now, of course, this isn't entirely a bad thing, but, really, just sort of, what am I doing with my life, you know? Personally, I would rather be working out in the fields. Why did you keep working so hard when even you yourself didn't necessarily see the benefit of all the work? Well, mainly because I did not want to disappoint my parents. I mean, hey, after all, I love the guys. But also, I mean, my parents did work it, so studying was very well rewarded with those very nice chocolate chip cookies and the halo. Oh, geez, November 6th. I cannot wait to that date. But, yeah, anyways, it was a mixed bag, and I mean, it's, like, looking back in retrospect, I fail to really see the value of all of my schooling, but I was not entirely all opposed to that. I mean, I could not have achieved this degree of success, and I mean, hey, just look how successful I am today, if I didn't put a lot of work into it myself. Okay. Do you feel any resentment towards your family for, really forcing you to work so hard, if you will? You know, I have to say I kind of do a bit, and I mean I feel a bit bad for that, because after all, they were just doing what they felt was best for me. However, I really cannot change how I feel inside. You said you longed for the fields, but do you think this may be a case of the grass looking greener on the other side? You may have a point there. I mean, have this from personal experience from playing a lot of RuneScape, and that, you know, sometimes the latest update is not all it's cracked up to be, which is to say that, you know, I'm sure while working in the fields is nice, it might have its series of drawbacks too, just like this job does. So I'm really taking a look at my options at the moment. One other thing is that maybe the change of crowd and meeting some new people might do me a bit of good because, let's face it, my staff, well, sometimes they're not the easiest people to work with. That's interesting you mentioned that about your staff. We've actually got one of them on the line right now. Would you by any chance be willing to talk to him? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, good, perfect. Hello, Daniel. Welcome to the show. Okay, everyone. It's time to get 86th. I don't even know what that means, but Daniel, I just heard at a party once. Excuse me. Could you, by any chance, turn the... Hey! Daniel! Turn the music down, for the love of God! Okay,
let's go to the beach. Let's get away.
No, I really not Okay, so Daniel...
I don't know the words right here, but I can still rap. Floor,
give us, by any chance,
so here I am. Come get me more. Da 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 da.
Okay.
Da 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 da. Oh man, don't you just hate it when penguins cheat at chess?
One of the things you
Star
say is that, I mean,
we're meant to fly.
You yourself even admit to
touch the sky.
stealing his food. Why is that?
Can't stop, cause we're so
saying I have the
high.
munchies isn't
Let's
exactly
do
the best
this one more time. Na 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 na. Starships, we're meant to fly up and touch the sky. Can't stop, cause we're so high. Let's do this one more time. Hello? Oh, hey, Warren. Hello, Dr. Ben. So, how are you two doing this fine fiscal year and nice evening? At least that's where it is in my time zone. But anyways, how can I help you tonight? Okay, so I'm sensing some negative energy right here. Oh yes, by the way, Warren, stay off the bath salts, dude. Those things clog up the drain like there's no tomorrow. Fortunately, with instant 1-second plumber, we can solve that, but you know what, that is really besides the point, because, ultimately, well, we can 1-second plumber the bath salts away. We have a bigger issue here at hand. So the question is, how are we going to deal with it? Well, I, for one, forgive you for eating my brownies. I mean, hey, I ate your cake, so I guess we are even in that respect. But seriously, man, clean yourself up. Me and the rest of the dudes around here love you. So, yeah, have a very nice evening and a Happy New Year.
Alright, I think I've actually found the problem right here. Warren, how often do you eat breakfast?
Oh, gee, I guess not.
Well, you know what, Warren? Have a Snickers.
Okay.
After all, you're not you
Thanks,
when you're
Dr.
hungry.
Ben. You've solved all my
so
problems.
this should wrap everything up. Warren, Daniel, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. Okay, next week, Kim Kardashian. Oh boy, I cannot wait till this one. Alright, this is Dr. Ben saying, bye y'all.